I thought I said everything I loved about Denmark. Turns out I missed a few. The first 6 things I loved about Denmark came easily. I felt them right away. But the next 6, the part 2, they crept in slowly, quietly. I didn't even realize how much I loved them until I'd left. Let's talk about those. Welcome back to House of L, where social commentary meets storytelling, and we're building a clever little empire one video at a time. If you're new here, welcome. This is where we think deeply, laugh occasionally, and romanticize Northern Europe just the right amount. And if you've been here before, you already know the drill. Treats, jabs, and impeccable taste. Now, if you've caught my first video on the top 6 things I loved about Denmark, you'll know that even though it's dark, cold, and not exactly cheap, it's carved out a permanent space in my heart in the 5 years I lived there. Turns out, I had more to say, because Denmark doesn't just charm you all at once, it goes under your skin in quiet, beautiful ways. So today, I'm diving into 6 more things I loved about living there, the little moments, mindsets, and magic that made my time in Denmark unforgettable. And if you're enjoying this journey so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the House of L family. We have many more stories to tell. Let's dive into it. One of Denmark's most spiced up traditions, literally, is the cinnamon and pepper shower. And if you're not Danish, you're probably already confused. Let me explain. If you turn 25 and you're still single, your friends, your loving, supportive, and clearly a little unhinged friends get to cover you in cinnamon. If you hit 30 and you're still flying solo, it's pepper. Why those 2 spices? I have no idea. Perhaps it's metaphorical, perhaps it's mildly sadistic. Either way, it's a thing and it's messy. I actually got to participate in one of these chaotic rituals, and let me tell you, it's as dramatic as it sounds. Cinnamon gets everywhere. Hair, clothes, nostrils, dignity, gone. You smell like Christmas for days. And if your friends are feeling especially vicious and organized, they'll oil you up first so that cinnamon sticks like a cursed marinade. We did this to a friend, cover them in oil, tie them to a lamppost outside, then unleash the spice like a low-budget witch trial. There's no escape. You're standing there looking like a human churro, and everyone is laughing way too hard for it to be purely affectionate. But here's the thing. I kind of love that this tradition exists. It's playful, absurd, incredibly Danish in that low-key, dry humor way. It says, we love you, but we're also going to make you suffer a little because friendship. And isn't that the most Scandinavian kind of love there is? Next up, the national sport of stealing shopping carts at Roskilde Festival. If you've never been to Roskilde Festival, let me paint you a picture. Imagine tens of thousands of people knee-deep in mud, fueled by beer and Viking energy, and somehow holding it all together with shopping carts. Yes, at Roskilde, the humble shopping cart isn't just for groceries, it's a prized vehicle of transport, makeshift art, and mild theft. Technically, people are borrowing them. In practice, it's organized chaos. The second you arrive, you'll see carts rolling past, stacked high with crates of beer, tents and speakers, and whatever else people thought it would be a good idea to drag across the field for 4 days. Some go full DIY mode, decorating them like Viking ships with cardboard dragon heads, painted shields, and occasionally actual flags. Others just surrender to the madness and slap a mattress on top, creating the weirdest, bumpiest Uber. It's not legal, it's not clean, it's definitely not dignified, but it's iconic. There's something weirdly beautiful about a society that turns a music festival into an absurd test of logistics and team coordination, all powered by beer, mud, and stolen wheels. Only in Denmark. Number 3, the annual jump off a chair at midnight tradition for New Year's. Of all the Danish traditions that I've adopted, this one may be my favorite. At exactly midnight on New Year's Eve, Danes literally leap into the new year. As the clock strikes 12, you climb onto a chair and then jump off it. That's it. That's the ritual. You just trust your balance, your landing, and that this symbolic hop will ward off any bad luck for the year ahead. Is it a little strange? Absolutely. Is it incredibly wholesome? Also yes. Technically, you don't really need a chair. You could just jump in place. But there's something theatrical and slightly dramatic about launching off furniture that makes it feel more official. And once you've done it once, you kind of have to keep doing it. I don't even live in Denmark anymore, but every year I still time my jump to midnight like my life depends on it. It's become part superstition, part muscle memory. One year I nearly missed it, and I swear the whole January just felt a little cursed. There's something beautiful about starting the year with a literal leap of faith. And honestly, we all need that energy, especially when facing another 365 days of chaos. Number 4, the legendary store called Tiger, but everyone says Tia. Flying Tiger Copenhagen, known affectionately in Denmark as Tia, is not just a store, it's a trap. A cozy, cheerful, irresistibly colorful trap filled with tiny objects you didn't know you needed until you're already at the checkout holding 12 of them. Think of it as the IKEA of small, pointless delights, novelty candles, rainbow highlighters, weirdly specific kitchen tools, and an entire aisle dedicated to things you might use for a themed dinner party one day. Now, if you're not Danish, you'll probably call it tiger, like the animal, and probably met with amused correction. Danes say tia, and the name is actually a clever little play on T, the word for 10, because once upon a time, everything in the store cost 10 kroner. Spoiler, it doesn't anymore. But the branding stuck. It's kind of like calling it a tenner in English. Honestly though, I never go there for the pricing logic, I'm just there for the vibe. The candy section is elite, perfect for hygge. The arts and crafts aisle, a dream. If you're building a hygge starter kit or just need dopamine in object form, Flying Tia will absolutely deliver. Just know that I'm just popping in for one thing is a dangerous, beautiful lie. Number 5, the mischievous Nisse. Ah, the Nisse. Denmark's tiny Christmas troublemaker in a pointy red hat. Somewhere between an elf, a goblin, and a very specific kind of house spirit, the Nisse is said to live in your home or office during Christmas, helping only if treated well. But if you get his bowl of porridge or take him for granted, he'll cause chaos. Mild chaos, hygge-friendly chaos, misplacing things, hiding socks, moving objects, rearranging files, just enough to be annoying, but not actually harmful. Among my Danish colleagues and friends, this turned into a hilariously unofficial December tradition. Harmless pranks conveniently blame on the Nisse. Someone's mug goes missing, Nisse. Your chair is swapped out for a child-sized one, definitely Nisse. Someone wraps your entire monitor in Christmas paper, Nisse, obviously. It became that perfect excuse to be playful without ever getting caught. We're simply participating in Asian folklore. There's something so charming about a culture that bakes mischief right into the holiday season. It's like the Danish version of don't take life too seriously, just sprinkle in a little mystery, a dash of humor, and always leave a little room for magic. Or mischief. Or both. Number 6, the pyt tradition. One of the most quietly powerful things I learned in Denmark is a tiny word with a big vibe. Pyt. It's untranslatable in that classic Nordic way, but the spirit of it is basically, don't stress about it, let it go. Dropped your lunch? Pyt. Spill coffee on your shirt before meeting? Pyt. Life didn't go exactly as planned? Pyt. It's not about apathy, it's about emotional efficiency, the Danish version of shrugging with emotional intelligence. Some Danish schools even have pyt buttons in classrooms, literal buttons that kids can press when they're upset or frustrated and just want to let something go. It's both adorable and wildly effective. Like imagine having that kind of emotional toolkit from age 6. Meanwhile, some of us are out here spiraling for 3 days over a typo in an email. Pyt is one of those quiet philosophies that seep into your bones after living in Denmark. You stop sweating the small stuff. You stop assigning drama to minor inconveniences. It's not passive, it's just graceful. And honestly, the world could use a bit more pyt, especially now. One more bonus thing, more of a quirk than I think I love. There's a tiny piece of Denmark in Canada. It's called Hens Island, and for decades it was technically disputed territory between the two countries. That you might imagine some heated negotiations, maybe a press conference or two, but now, this is Denmark we're talking about. Instead of war, the two nations engaged in what can only be described as the world's most polite turf war. When Danish officials would visit, they'd leave a bottle of schnapps and raise the Danish flag. When Canadians arrived, they'd take the schnapps away, leave some whiskey, and plant their own flag. This went on for years. No shouting, no threats, just a quiet, alcohol-fused exchange of passive-aggressive affection. It's honestly one of my favorite examples of Denmark's incredibly chill approach to most literally anything, even international conflict. If you're into this kind of thing, Denmark has plenty more where that came from. I actually made 2 other videos about the quirkiest, weirdest Danish things that I've come across. I'll link it in the card above. You don't want to miss it. And there you have it. 6 more things I absolutely loved about Denmark. Some were small, some were silly, some were surprisingly meaningful, but together, they're part of why Denmark still lives rent-free in my mind. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you won't miss the next one, because I'm definitely not done talking about culture, life abroad, and all the weird and wonderful things in between. Have you experienced any of these? Or is there one you're now going to try? Cinnamon showers, perhaps? Hint, hint. Let me know in the comments. I love reading your stories. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!